Imagine waking up to the sound of a normal morning, a bustling city, commuters on the subway, a country proud of its strength and its freedom. Now imagine that in the blink of an eye, everything changes. The world as we knew it, shattered. September 11th, 2001. A day we'll never forget. A day when ordinary planes became weapons of unimaginable destruction, when terrorists hijacked the skies and turned them into a battlefield. In just a few short hours, 19 men carried out one of the most devastating terrorist attacks in modern history. 4 planes, 4 targets, one singular goal: terrorize a nation and strike at the heart of its power. But what drove these men to orchestrate such an atrocity, and how did the world respond? From the moment the first plane hit, it was no longer just an attack. It was about survival, unity, and the indomitable human spirit. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, the world was still. For most, it was just another Tuesday. At 7:59 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 took off from Boston, and the clock began ticking. But no one knew it yet. At 8:14 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 followed suit. By 8:46 a.m., the nightmare began. Flight 11, hijacked and aimed at destruction, crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Then, at 9:03 a.m., the unimaginable happened again. United Airlines Flight 175, hijacked with precision, crashed into the South Tower. America was under attack. Within minutes, the Twin Towers were burning, towers that symbolized the strength of America, now fighting a battle of their own. For those trapped inside, it wasn't just about escaping flames. It was about choices no one should ever have to make. Stay and risk being consumed by fire, or jump, knowing the fall would almost certainly be fatal. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower collapsed. The world held its breath. At 10:28 a.m., the North Tower followed. 2 towering symbols of strength, now reduced to rubble. While New York burned, another tragedy unfolded in Washington, D.C. At 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. The Pentagon, the very heart of America's defense, struck. It wasn't just about a building being attacked. It was an assault on the symbol of America's military might. Yet, even in the chaos, heroism emerged. Brave souls rushed into the flames, risking everything to save those trapped inside. But on Flight 93, something extraordinary happened. The passengers knew the truth. They knew what had happened to the other planes. They made a decision to fight back. Led by Todd Beamer's now famous words, "Let's roll," the passengers took a stand. They fought against the hijackers, knowing the risks. And though they perished, they saved countless lives in Washington, D.C. Their plane crashed in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. But thanks to their bravery, the heart of Washington was spared a far greater catastrophe. The aftermath was unimaginable. Thousands lost their lives. New York City was left in ruins, the Pentagon smoldering. But it wasn't just the buildings that were destroyed. It was the very sense of safety and security we had taken for granted. But amidst the devastation, there was a spark of hope, the spirit of unity. People from all walks of life came together, families, strangers, and first responders, rebuilding not just buildings, but lives. September 11th marked the beginning of a new world. A world where nothing was ever the same again. Within weeks, the war on terror began. the U.S. launched military operations in Afghanistan to dismantle al-Qaeda and remove the Taliban. A new chapter in global history had begun. Domestically, life became defined by heightened security. Airport screenings became the norm, surveillance expanded, and a new reality set in. The ripples of 9/11 were felt across the globe. It wasn't just America that was affected. In cities from London to Berlin, people mourned and nations stood in solidarity. New alliances were formed, but so were divisions. As countries joined the war on terror, tensions rose. The balance between security and freedom became a topic of heated debate. 9/11 wasn't just about the buildings, it was about the lives lost. Nearly 3,000 innocent people were killed in New York, Washington, and Pennsylvania. Families were torn apart, children lost their parents, husbands lost their wives. Even today, the scars of that day remain, the emotional toll, the physical toll, felt by families, by survivors, by a nation. Yet, from the ashes of destruction, a new America emerged, one not defined by terror, but by resilience. Today, we remember those lost, but also the heroes who emerged in the face of terror, the firefighters, the policemen, the everyday citizens who gave everything. 9/11 will forever remain a symbol of tragedy, but also of courage, of unity, of a spirit unbroken. Never forget. 9/11 was more than just a date. It was a turning point. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, humanity's light can shine through. If this documentary has moved you, we encourage you to remember, reflect, and share this story with others. We can all learn from the courage and resilience shown that fateful day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more powerful stories from history. Together, we keep the memories alive.